Sexual abuse took place in my life at a young age, age of 9 years old. Things have happened to me. My heart grew hard. I didn't have a mom and dad. I blame my mom and dad for my situation as a young man. At the age of 12 years old, I was always going down the road to the gospel tents, and one day, it came to me that I was missing something, from all the things I suffered as a 12-year-old up until I was 12. I knew I was missing something. I always thought there's a better life out there. I always thought there's a better way. I always yearned looking at the stars, late at nights, looking at the moon, looking at the beautiful sun, the blue skies. I always wondered what was out there better than that I had. Having a broken heart, being lost, having the spirit of rejection, always feeling rejected and having a self-pity mind frame, always feeling down for myself. And growing up with very little to eat and clothes that were hand-me-downs. Just in my heart, I always looked up and I always prayed in my mind. I didn't know Jesus Christ. I knew him at the church. I knew when people talked about him. But I never had that relationship till at 12 years old. I went to church and there was a man of God. He had told me we must be born again. I didn't understand that till I was 13 years old. I would go to the church and I'd see people dancing. I'd see people praising and coming under the Spirit of God. It felt good to sit there and watch them for hours as they would go into prayer. They'd get up and sing gospel music. Some of the people would be dancing and crying and shouting, and it just felt so good to sit there as a young man and looking out of my brokenness of my heart, not really having a care in the world, but just to sit there in the presence of God and seeing the elders and my grandparents all night long under this gospel tent, lifting their hands to God the Father and the Lord Jesus Christ,